you so much. Good morning, everyone. Memory is a funny thing. It's deeply personal. It's how we store the moments that shape us. And yet, no two people remember the same event in the same way. Each of you will carry your own memories of kings, snapshots of laughter, challenge, triumph, and discovery. If you will indulge me, I'd like to share some memories from my own archive, a thread that connects all of us who've walked these halls. It's been 20 years since I left King's, but the school is 480 years old, so I'd like to think I'm still young in the grand scheme of things. Much has changed since I left. New buildings, new facilities, new tartan uniform, new red robes. I've not seen those before. Very fashion. But some things endure. Dr. Dorset for a start, and specifically the supportive, nurturing culture that lets every student grow, explore, and discover themselves. I loved my time at King's. I tried everything. Rowing, including a bit of coxing when I broke my arm on a chemistry school trip, basketball, athletics, javelin, shooting, earning my colours, flying with the cadets, archives, club, orchestra, choir, skiing, hiking in the Himalayas, theatre, Duke of Edinburgh, and even a stint as the hockey goalie, with stars to prove it as well. Along the way, I learned some academics too, earning grades that opened the next chapter of my life, that being university. The supportive culture of King's is exemplified by my astronomy GCSE. I had a passion and interest for all things spacey, and one of the enthusiastic physics teachers at the time put on an after-school club, and then supported me and helped me achieve an astronomy GCSE. I was the only pupil in the whole school sitting an exam that the school didn't even really offer. But it wasn't the grades that really mattered. It was trying everything that taught me who I was and what excited me. I discovered through my time at King's that I loved science, I loved problem solving, I enjoyed flying and the discipline and community of military life. And most of all, I loved working with people. So when I realised that I could be a sciencey doctor who worked with people and flew in the military, I was sold. I started medicine at Manchester University and joined the University Air Squadron. Now I wanted to make sure with medicine that I didn't have a burning desire to work with children or old people, because there's not much need for those specialties in the military, but luckily I didn't. And I then joined the military as a cadet at university. Despite it not being the norm, I then took an intercalated degree down at King's College in London in aerospace physiology, studying how the human body reacts to altitude in aircraft and space environments and the G-forces using hypobaric chambers and human centrifuges. My undergraduate work was accepted at an international aerospace medicine conference in Alaska. As a recently graduated student, it was quite a challenge to get the funding to find my way to get to Alaska. But once I did, I was exposed to aerospace medicine on an international scale, and I realised that this was a real specialty with real people working in this area. It wasn't a simple path to get there. The specialty of aerospace medicine wasn't actually recognised in the UK by the General Medical Council at that time. I was told many times to play it safe, go and be a GP, think about that maybe later on. But I'm not one to take no for an answer. I applied for acute medical training in London, and then began higher specialty training in aviation and space medicine in the Royal Air Force, at risk that a job might not exist at the end of my training. Because there wasn't a formal pathway of placements and rotations, I had to create my own. I had an internship at the International Space University in the Netherlands, and I served as a medical officer for an analog space mission in Oman, pretending we were on Mars. I can tell you about that in more detail for those of you who are interested. I took on a PhD in vision science and helmet-mounted displays, linking it to an exchange posting in the USA, at the US Air Force Research Lab, where I spent 3.5 years. While in America, I earned my private pilot's license. I went through a few rounds of astronaut selection. I did some fast jet training, and I started a family. We now have 2 beautiful daughters. After 18 years of medical training since starting medical school, I'm now qualified as a consultant in the newly recognised specialty of aviation and space medicine. And I work at the Royal Air Force Centre of Aerospace Medicine. King's played an instrumental role in my journey to get here. It gave me the confidence, curiosity and courage to explore at every opportunity. And that's the greatest lesson that I can share with you today. Be curious. Ask questions, try new things. You never know where it might lead. And finally, believe in yourself. I promise you, you can do whatever you set your mind to. It will take time, effort, determination, and probably a little bit of money, but if you want it enough, you absolutely can achieve it. Your story has just begun, so go out there and be amazing.